have an invoice that says 1 rack, 10 days
Yep.
for $15.45. Is that something you paid for?
Yes.
What are you paying for?
I'm paying for the privilege of being in the showroom space.
I want to understand, because what I thought this was you
Okay.
renting a rack for 10 days.
No.
So she didn't use your rack.
No,
You know
she
that
brought her one of her, yeah.
She brought her own.
Yeah, it's a rack space when
Okay.
we say 1 rack, yeah.
So in your complaint, you said, I came back several times to pick up my rack and dressmaker. Each time, I was asked if they could keep them because someone was using them.
Correct.
So she's lying when she says she has absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
100%. And also that she hadn't seen me except for one other time. Like, I'm constantly in there during that time as a buyer.
But regardless, you're showing up to a chaotic frenzy.
It's not like that at all, because somebody else was using it, so she had to think, oh, whose rack am I lending? Oh, it's Mercedes' rack that, you know.
You think she's thinking about that?
100%.
Ms. Gonzalez, would you be willing to be gracious and kindly ask the defendant if you can go by her showroom to get your dressmaker?
Of course. Is it okay at your convenience if I stop by and grab my stuff?
I don't think we want you in our space. You have called the police twice.
Okay.
Come on now.
Wait, hang on. I'm not done.
You said you don't want to be here. It sounds like you do.
No, hang on a second. What I'm about to say, please let me finish my sentence. However, if she can identify them, the pictures, I'm happy to get them and have them brought down to her, and she could pick them up. She could have nicely called me and said, Mandy, I'm so sorry, my stuff has been left.
She's trying to do that now, and I'm trying to give you
I know, but we've been storing it for 2 years. I think we should get paid a storage fee.
I think I should get paid a rental fee.
I think
since
you've been
rented
using
it out.
I think you've been
so
using
many brands.
I heard it.
If you abandon things in our space, we can do whatever we want. It's abandoned in our shop.
Right, so what do you mean that she should pay you for a storage fee when you're clearly using the rack and the mannequin?
I've heard enough.
All right, the parties are excused while we deliberate in this matter. Thank you both.
This court is now in recess.
This one's tough for me. Now, naturally, anybody that leaves any item for over a year, it should be considered abandoned.
Absolutely.
The problem that I'm having here is that I understand that these two individuals are in a line of work where relationships matter. And if they are saying that they're using my things, which I believe was stated, and the plaintiff wanting to be a team player says, okay, cool. She said she spotted her mannequin, the number 6. I believe her. I believe that this could have been a simple solution, as you stated, if the defendant would just have allowed her to come in and say, okay, fine, here, come up, and take your things if you see them. I think she should get her mannequin back if she has it. I'm not sure about the rack.
I completely agree with you. I mean, to me, this is actually, even though theoretically the dollar value isn't as low as some of the other cases, this is one of the pettiest ones between both of them that I feel like I've seen in a while. I think the plaintiff should go to the defendant's place, get that mannequin. If we order her to make it available, if it's still there, for the plaintiff to pick up, that's as far as I'm willing to go for the plaintiff.
And I believe that the plaintiff has met her burden. The plaintiff, a little nutty, but the defendant is mean. Now, we've also been told by the plaintiff that she did come by there many times and said, my stuff is being used. We saw it was used.
I feel very strongly that even giving her an opportunity to perhaps pick up the mannequin is way more than she's legally entitled to, because she left it for so long, it was so far past abandoned, that if it happens to still be there, great. And I do think the defendant was nasty. And I would order the defendant to see if it's still there and make it available to her. I would not compensate her for the value of these items.
I'm with you on the mannequin, and I'm with you on the rack.
Okay. All right.
So I don't know.
Nobody's going to convince me that she's entitled to any compensation.
I'm going to still give her the entire amount of the rack because we didn't have a dispute from the defendant that that's what the rack was worth.
All right, so the verdict, Dan and I agree that the plaintiff should be compensated for the rack. Rachel, you're
Nothing
saying
for the rack.
abandonment, she doesn't.
Yes, and to me, there's no way to tell what's hers and what isn't, and she's abandoned it, so she's not getting compensated for it.
Okay, but we all agree that she should have the dressmaker returned.
As long as it's there, she should be able to pick it up.
All right, and Dan and I are awarding the plaintiff $100 for the rack.
Correct.
All right, we have a verdict in dissent. Great.
Okay.